Um, Next topic. The concept of college. Does it make sense to go to college, or does it make sense to not go to college? What are your opinions?
I think it makes sense to go to college. I think that, but it is important to, you take out what you put in is my main thing about everything, right? The energy that you put in, the focus that you put in, the effort that you put in to actually try to understand what you're paying for is what you take out and what you benefit from, right? Even like when it comes to networking or people around you is what you benefit from. Is college for everybody? Not necessarily, right? And I do understand that, right? Some people, it makes more sense to go to trade school, right? And those are amazing careers. You can come out, be an electrician, plumber. These, people sleep on those career paths, but they make a lot of money. So definitely, is college for everyone? No, not necessarily. But I do think, is it good to also go? Yes, it is. Because nowadays, it's not like we live in, whatever historical year or period where the, high school diploma was kind of like the standard of what most people had. And then if you had a bachelor's, it's like, exceptional or extraordinary. Now, for the most part, like, basic wise, I feel like a lot of people have bachelors, right? So now it's like, okay, if you go for the higher education, it's kind of like, okay, you're setting yourself apart in the population of like job pools and opportunity pools. And I'm not saying there aren't opportunity and for people that don't have a college degree, there are a ton of opportunities out there, and just like the ones that I've just explained. But I do think that with having that in your back pocket with a valid major as well, right? Because, I'm of the belief that, if, especially depending on where you come from in your environment, if you're looking to really change your wealth status, right? Your social status. If you come from a family that may not have a certain type of social status or opportunities, right? Mm-hmm. And you're looking to really break through out of that and break that cycle and be the one that's going to really be able to help your family and help yourself and help your kids and bring in wealth and try to grind as much as you can. I think that the smart thing to do is try to at least have that in your back pocket, because if you do end up going an entrepreneurial route or another different route, like worst case scenario, if you have that in your back pocket for a major that can actually get you a job, right? Because there are majors that people get in debt in, right? They have a ton of debt. They major in certain things and they come out of college with no job opportunities. Yeah. I'm not talking about those. I'm saying there are certain like STEM majors or, whether it's accounting or certain things that like when you come out, you will find a job and you will find an opportunity, even if it's not at the pay that you want. Mm-hmm. Regardless of like the cyclical trends of the economy, you will find something worst case scenario to be able to feed your family and bring that income. Yeah. So that's why I think it is important.
So you would tell, so you saying most people should go to college?
Yeah, I would say most people should go to college. Mm-hmm. I would say, like I said, just to give the bullet points. Yeah. College is not for everyone. There are a ton of opportunities in trade school. If you know what you want to do and you know that you can achieve it without going to college, and you have a very clear view of seeking higher education, right? Education meaning outside of high school, whether it's reading the books, going to the lectures, getting coaching, things like that, but like getting something beyond the public high school education and school education that we get. If you know that you can actually achieve what you want to do it, then it's not for you. No need to get into debt. No need to waste your time. Get straight into what you want to get to. However, I do think a large population, of people, may not necessarily have that, may not necessarily know right off the bat, like, hey, I want to be an electrician. Hey, I want to be a plumber. Hey, I want to, go into general contracting, be a mechanic, or whatever the case may be, right? Mm-hmm. Go directly into being a real estate agent and learning, on an ad hoc basis, outside of formal like schooling. So some people may not know that. And for those that don't, I think it's important for you to understand and research majors that have job opportunities, post graduation, and see if that's something that you align with, and try it out and major in those, and at least you have it in your back pocket.
Yeah.
But also don't waste your time, because there's some people that just go, and major in like basket weaving is not, I don't think it's a real major, but like I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
And just to do it because, but when they come out of it, they may not find a job.
Yeah. I think I used to say college is a scam, and I think some people still say that. I think to a certain degree, some people, even I might still say that it could be a scam, right? Mm-hmm. It all depends. So for example, like I'm looking at it here. It's according to January 2023. It's a 2023 survey. They said 46% of the college graduate work in their field of study. However, other sources say that the number is lower, with some reporting that less than half of the recent graduate have full-time jobs related to their college studies. In fact, one source said that more than half of the college graduate work in job that doesn't require a degree. Mm-hmm. So, like, for example, like you used to talk about trade school. Like, we know people that are doing trucking, or entrepreneurs, or people that find a way to create like a way of making money for themselves, whether that's selling t-shirt or drop shipping. Yep. Like a lot of those like jobs doesn't require like a degree, right?
Yeah, they don't. So
like even STEMs, like people that do that, like even with that, like it doesn't guarantee you that you're gonna get a job, right? Even though it's like those are good major, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes the wages doesn't be as high as you expect. So to me, I don't want to say that college is full scam and you shouldn't go to college. I think you should go to college, in case of, an emergency. Like you have a degree, it's like a plan B, something you can fall back on, right? Mm-hmm. And because it's important, like, because I do understand that when you do go to college, tuition be high, and especially if you're out of state, you're gonna end up paying a lot more, mm-hmm. and you might have to take out some loans, whatever the case may be. And that can put you in a hole. And even if you do get a job, you're just working to pay off your debt, which seemed like a lose-lose situation. Mm-hmm. So I would say like 70-30. I would say 70%. Like I kind of like lean towards of like college is necessary, and 30% not necessary, right? Okay. And I would say 30%. Because I feel like in that 30%, there's people in that 30% that will always find a way to make money.
Yeah.
Right? And find a way to hustle and grind, and they don't need college. And the 70%, which is the majority, a lot of time they're going to be lost. Yeah. So I think you should go to college and just make sure that you have that guaranteed degree that's going to put you in a better situation moving forward. So I do think college is important. I think it's necessary. And like you said, make sure you know what you want to do. Make sure you don't go to college to go study a whole bunch of nothing.
Exactly.
Right? So